can't tell everybody everything.
Yes, overcoming self-sabotage, baby. Yes.
Right.
My new friend. Like, we really in it. Like, real rat.
Child, we need to talk.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Shy. You already know.
Hey, it's Outway Triple E. How y'all doing?
Hey, you heard her. But we want to talk to our lovelies about some commonalities in the hot chocolate community, when people getting over trying to use us to get to the next step and get accolades. She was mad about something. I'm gonna let her go on her rant about it. You know, she a comedian too. So.
The Ukrainian president Zelensky, who used to be a stand-up comedian himself just a year ago and is now the president, claims that he is the Ukrainian Martin Luther King, y'all.
The Ukrainian MLK.
You heard what I said?
Oh my gosh.
Talking about, I have a dream of what? What? You got a dream about what? The Ukraine situation really has me tight.
I don't watch the news, you know. I don't even have a TV in my apartment. But when she called me and told me that, I was really shocked. I'm really still in shock because I still can't believe it. I didn't see it. So it's just crazy because I'm just trying to imagine how he tried to use that to gain support.
Exactly. That's what it was. And do you know he got a standing ovation? Not once, but twice.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's so easy to win over people. Like,
what's his name again? Zelensky.
Really?
Yes. They was clapping all like, I'm like still clapping, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Meanwhile, there's blacks in his country that can't even get out because they're being held hostage at the border. Poland don't even want them. They sleeping in bus stations.
They're not from there?
They're from different parts of Africa.
Oh, wow.
And their country hasn't flown out a jet to get them.
Because they're not for the culture.
Right. They're not for the culture at all. And now they're seeing what it's like to be a black American.
Everybody wants to get a taste of the hot chocolate.
Right.
And they don't want to taste what we need to, what we really go through.
Right.
Like, that's crazy, and that's very hypocritical and manipulative. That's a manipulation tactic.
It is. And they know that what happens, what I'm hearing is that they're making the African men stay behind and telling them that they need to fight. If they want to leave, you need to pick up arms and help us fight because you're over here in our economy. But my thing is this, they're students. They were putting into your economy via tuition. They weren't staying anywhere for free.
I'm just a little confused because aren't we already fighting, like, with these gas prices, the way the inflation is going right now? We're already indirectly fighting in this war. So you're now wanting us to fight physically? I'm confused. Oh, my husband even told me that they're saying that Africans can go over and upon arrival, they're going to give them a rifle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a visa and a rifle.
They are petitioning black and brown people all over the world to come help them with their white crime. Because that's what it is.
And who the first people to really go? It really do be us.
It'd be black people to go over and initiate a peace march of some sort.
Because we're so easily bought. Like, people could buy us so easily. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't even put words to that. So many people have spoken on that. It's so much commentary on how other cultures, what do they call it? Culture vultures?
Yeah, they misappropriate. And anything that could get them to step up, to be seen and noticed, they know that our causes, Black Lives Matter.
We'll get
the slogan, just the slogan alone,
will get
you attention when you're not black.
Man, I guess politics is the place to be.
Don't we know it?
I guess politics is the place to be.
Segueing to politicians who are, what, fake?
Yeah, I'm not into that. Because you could tell what I'm thinking by my facial expression. So I wouldn't be, I'm learning. I'm learning how to polish myself a little bit. Life is humbling me.
Wow.
I'm getting humbled. Just to overcome self-sabotage,
right,
just to
just
protect yourself.
self-sabotaging from jealousy,
Mm.
envy, and deceit. Guarding your energy.
Definitely.
Guarding your energy and knowing when, like there's a saying, there's an old song. I think it's by Kenny Rogers. You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run.
Yes.
Because you can't tell everybody everything.
Yes. Overcoming self-sabotage, baby. Yes.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell y'all what just happened to me. Like, this ain't even, like, let me put this down. I hope y'all ready. Let me take these glasses off because I see this glare.
You
I
sure
don't
y'all
like
need
it.
a drink to start?
I had my drink. My drink was right there.
Oh,
That's my drink.
It wasn't looking.
That's my mocktail. So yesterday, it was like back to back to back. Have you ever had a day where you're like, yo, Lord, when is it going to end?
Right.
Like, bad news after bad news after bad news. That's how I seen it in a, when I was first going through it as bad. But afterwards, I talked to my support network, my friend, my husband, and I got back on track. I looked at it with a better perspective, a more positive approach, knowing that this is just nothing but a test, and I'm going to overcome it and say my testimony one day, because I'm the type of person that will back up and make somebody regret ever doing me dirty, because I'm not going to harm you. I'm not going to get no type of retaliation or what. I'm going to just leave it alone, and you going to feel that pressure of my departure. So
my departure.
Let me tell you what just happened. Like, I met her on a gig. Like, it was I'ma just say a gig because it wasn't like a real paycheck joint, but it was a under the table joint, right? So we met there. It was very recent, by the way, and we just clicked like that because that's just how our vibes is. Anyway, first things first. I arrive on work early, on time, 5 minutes early, because that's the max. I'm going to be early, 5 minutes. I'm feeling good. I'm just now getting done telling my husband how much I like this job. I got another, I had 2 more opportunities. I'm sitting in my email thinking, like, I was even talking to my husband, like, babe, what am I going to do? Like, should I do this or should I go here? And I was like, but I really like this job, even though I'm making a lot less than what I could be making at these other 2 places I'm sitting on. I'm going to stick it out because I like the job, know? And everything is just so like low key. You could do what you need to do as long as you're doing your job and communicating with your colleagues, right? They gave me the address. I had a double shift, first of all. You could say a triple shift. So I worked those 2 shifts and then came straight to this gig in the beginning of the day. I'm thinking I'm at the right address. I'm in my car for 2 hours waiting to go into work, not knowing that I'm at the wrong address. I forgot to put the east, because some places are east, west, north, south. In this particular situation, I left out the E, and it took me somewhere 27 minutes away from my job. So when I got out my car getting ready to go into the job, Lord, I noticed this was not the neighborhood. This ain't the neighborhood I was in. This don't look like North Philly. This don't look like Germantown or Mount Airy.
Right.
So I ended up calling my, the boss at the time. I was like, I ended up typing in the wrong address. I'm 30 minutes late. I was so stressed out from just making that call because I was already mad at myself because it's the first day and I'm already going to be 30 minutes late.
Right.
So I kind of like beat myself up a little bit about that. Accepting responsibility and being accountable. I got there. Everything was all Gucci, good, whatever. We had a good day. It was another coworker. This co-worker is an older lady. If I don't know her, but I know how a crackhead and an ex-crackhead and an ex-drunk act. Because sound and the behaviors and the isms and things like that. So I just made my own conclusions that this was an ex-crackhead, and I just was forgiving her underhanded, what do I call it?
Snide comments.
Her
facial expressions,
the misconduct, she was
language,
she was a jealous colleague, making my job, trying to make my job tough. But I'm just really good at ignoring people and doing my job and focusing on my client if I do feel like I'm in that type of environment. But this particular day, which was yesterday, I was like, yo, this is beautiful outside. We had the client out there. Everything was going well. But it seemed like everything that I was doing, it was pissing this girl off. Like everything I was singing to my client, she was like, I can't take this. I'm leaving. She left the room, went downstairs. All right, great. I'm singing to him, putting music on, up dancing with him and stuff, because this client has dementia, and his daughter said that she didn't just want him sitting there. So I'm trying to be interactive. I'm not trying to be the fuck bored at work either.
Right.
So I'm trying to boost my spirits up, make a little environment where I'm having fun so it don't feel like I'm working.
Right.
She was hating so bad to a point where she had to leave. So I was like, well, she could leave all she want, but she going to help me take him to the bathroom because it's a 2-person thing.
You can leave all you want, but you got to come back.
Right. So I called her upstairs and I said, can you help me take him to the bathroom? Boom, boom, boom. Right. She ended up taking him to the bathroom. She allows this man to do everything on his own without any assistance. I'm the person that's there assisting him, like with getting up, just so it can go a little quicker, because who is trying to be taking somebody to the bathroom for an hour,
right.
So it's not like I'm dragging the man or anything. I'm just helping him stand up because he's very defiant. He will punch you. He tried to choke me. He even choked his granddaughter before. It was crazy. But he will tell you.
Years old,
what do he say when he say, get away from me? What he say?
What is this?
Get the fuck away from me.
Get the fuck off me. He kills me. He's like, what is this? What kind of racket is this? What is it?
Yeah. So he says, like, he has those type of outbursts, but us being professionals, we are used to it. We understand.
Right.
So, like I said, she actually ended up taking over because I'm telling her, like, he got to get out the wheelchair at this point so we can all fit in this little hallway part to get him in the bathroom.
Right.
She is like, no, he could walk from we could I'm gonna take it in. She kept going against everything that I was saying,
So
and
y'all took the wheelchair all the way into the bathroom?
She did, because at that point I was like, all right, she got it, and I went back in the room and started minding my business. Like, what would you have done?
When she got mad.
And I felt it in my spirit, and then when I felt that because she cleaned him up by herself, I did go in there and I kind of like helped him stand up while she was wiping him, to see if they need any assistance. So I was kind of like maneuvering my way in there. But when I got back to the room, she came in there to see what I was doing, try to pretend she needed to throw something in the trash, but that box she put in there was already in there. So I noticed there was
an attitude. She just wanted to see what you was doing.
Yeah. Thinking I was going to be proactive and go in there and help out after she just went against what I said would have been easier for us. So if you think it's going to be easier for you, because it ain't going to be easier for me, you go ahead and do it.
Right.
I'll give you the floor. Go ahead, do your this naive. You got it.
Right.
After that, my shift was like 30 minutes about to be over. So I was like, cool, I'm going to just wait this 30 minutes out. I walked downstairs. Something told me this lady was going to go in the kitchen because the boss lady was sitting in the kitchen on a table on the phone.
There.
She just got in. First question she asked, is my husband here? How am I supposed to know? Why is that the first thing why is it the first thing that come out your mouth when
you check for your own man?
You walking in your establishment,
right.
Like it's a house, but you still running business here. So you're walking into your establishment and you're asking the person you hired to
check on your man too. Is that another job?
Why are you asking me this?
Is that another portion of the job? Because I need to get paid.
So anyway. Something told me, it was like the spirit revealed to me that the colleague that I was talking about was gonna go and talk to the boss lady because of that situation. Wasn't nothing that I did on that day. Like I said, I had a great day. My day was good, and I never take long breaks. My breaks was actually shorter because I rode in my car to go up the street to get my lunch that time. I didn't even walk.
After you got your lunch, you went downstairs to eat, whereas this particular colleague eats in the room in the client's room, which is totally unprofessional.
So when I got back from my lunch break, I was about to walk up the stairs. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna go upstairs because I don't want to eat around people. I don't want the smells to be all up in the air. They end up getting hungry, want some of my stuff.
What if you got onions or something?
Right, and I don't like eating in people's face anyway. I don't want to trigger nothing. But she does eat in the room. So I ended up walking back down the 2 steps that I walked up and going in the kitchen and having my privacy and enjoying my lunch there. So she probably thought, if she thought, and it still wouldn't have been 3 hours though.
Right.
She gonna lie to the boss lady and say, I took a 3-hour lunch break.
A 3-hour
And
tour.
she told her that I was pregnant. We was not supposed to be sharing that kind of information, which I was the one in the wrong about that, because I'm the one that revealed it to her, which I thought it was okay, because I'm like, I don't know her.
But why did you feel comfortable revealing it to her?
Because it was like, we was talking, you know. I felt like she was one of my crackhead aunties. I really did have that vibe with her, you know. And I'm the type of person where I would try to get along with somebody.
That was a setup right there.
If it was, I know my God don't make no mistakes, you know. Everything happens for a specific reason. I'm glad I got to connect with Monet, okay? So something told me that she was going to go talk to and make some stuff up just so the boss could kind of like get an idea of who I was from her perspective. I came from dealing with my dad. I didn't even get the chance to go home or anything. So when I finally did go home, which was like an hour and a half later, first thing I see when I walk in the house on my phone is a text message. It's a voicemail, but I have an iPhone, so whenever somebody send me a voicemail and I don't answer it, it transcribes into a text. So I'm reading a text message and it's saying, you do not have to come back into work all week. My dad is going to be at the VA clinic getting a procedure all week, so you won't need to be there this week. We're gonna meet somewhere where I can pay you for the 2 days that you did work.
And mind you, he's on hospice at home, so it did sound credible a little bit.
It didn't sound credible to me because, first of all, okay, hospice, yeah, it's different. They would call at all different types of the day. But today, that day he did get a visit from his hospice aide. There was nothing going on with his vitals. There was no alerts, no medical or safety alerts or whatever. So I was already alerted, like red flag, like, what you mean he got a procedure? They would have told us upon even getting the job, like at the interview. Like they would have expressed that sometimes we might have to accompany him to an appointment.
And
or
in
something.
those days you wouldn't be needed or something like that.
So I ended up calling her. She sent me a message saying she'll call me back, and she did. She called me back. Mind you, this is a lady that's running for like a Democratic joint in the, you know, Democratic Party, something in the politics. She's actually an active runner, like a candidate or something like that. So she was pretty much looking for people that could help her out with her little private agendas, you know. So anyway, let me get back on topic. I noticed that something was fishy about that message, so I called her. She was like, yeah, she lied again and said, yeah, my dad got a procedure going on or whatever. She just said June got coming this week.
You were on the phone with me.
Oh yeah, we were on the phone together because as soon as I got in, I seen that message. That's when I called her, got the information, and then I called her afterwards. Right. And then after we were still on the phone, she ended up calling her on the phone to ask her to work the same shift she just called me out of. I'm like, she got cameras in her house. She got cameras in her house. Like, why couldn't she just check the cameras to see if I was really gone for those 3 hours, or check to see if I was doing anything, you know? Why couldn't she check the cameras, you know, to just verify the information, whatever. And we were exchanging phone numbers and stuff right in front of the cameras too. So it's like, all right, we're not even gonna get into all that.
Right.
But it really annoyed me.
So you called the third party, which is the girl.
Oh yeah, so I sent the text message. I wasn't going to. She got me.
Yeah, I did.
She got me to do it because I'm like, why would I text her? I don't like her.
I just wanted to see how far down the rabbit hole this thing was going to go. How far were they going to run with it?
I was really like, why would I text her? Like, I don't like this girl. But I did because I was kind of curious too. I ended up texting the girl that got me fired, the one that lied and said that I took this 3-hour break and told the boss that I was pregnant. She gonna say, I text her a message saying, hey, I won't be there to help you all week. What else did I say? Something like, I won't be there to help you all week, just giving you an FYI, whatever. She said, oh wow, really? What happened? How you know something happened just by that? Why couldn't I just be having a family emergency or something? So she like, wow, really, what happened? And I was like, well, she called me and said her dad needed to do a procedure and I don't need to be there all week. And she was like, wow, she called and said the same thing to me.
Girl.
I said, well, are you going to be there tomorrow? She never
No
responded.
response.
Because she know what she did. She knows she was the reason why I'm not going to be there.
Now, if I go in tomorrow and she's not there,
I think she will be there, though.
Because
Because they desperate for, like, they really desperate to have.
But here's the kicker. While we were talking, the same woman calls me and asks me to work her shift.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like, huh?
Like,
no,
she
I
really
got something to do.
lied. Like I'm saying, this is a
Sorry.
politic. We were just talking about how politics lie. They lie. They lie, they lie, they lie. She was very unprofessional, but we overlooked all of that stuff. I knew it was a cutthroat job or whatever because of how the daughter was living. The daughter room, she got both of the cats in there. The bed is little as ever.
Yes.
It's not, I wouldn't look at that as a livable
It looked like
situation.
they all moved in with them. Like, moved in with the
There's
with
no
the lady.
furniture. Like, it's like the house, you walk into the house, you don't feel welcome or comfortable at all. It's just like, this is just a drop off, a pickup, and take yourself out type deal.
Right.
So that's my story. Like, I mean, it was a lot more to it, but like, they're very immoral. You know, it's just cutthroat, dog eat dog world out here.
But you know, once again, I keep saying the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
She taught me that because I ain't never hear that before.
So you got to be careful what you tell people. Even if you're bored.
What
I
you do to
learned
people
that
and what
the
you say to people.
hard way myself.
Because people
Okay.
are jealous-hearted, and you will be thinking like,
You'd be
why?
surprised. You'd be surprised why, because a lot of times it don't have anything to do with what you look like. It don't have anything to do with what you're wearing. Sometimes.
Well, what are some signs that what you wear around somebody that's jealous? What are some signs? I can say, for as an example, with this situation that just occurred, everything that I said, it was wrong to this lady. She always disagreed with everything that I said. I've been doing what we've been doing for over 10 years now. I'm very much experienced. You know, so
And
it's
all your credentials.
I have everything I need, you know, so it's like, I don't think I'm better than you. I'm not trying to stretch myself to look like I'm better than you or anything. Why are you jealous? You will never figure that answer out because it's just insensible. You just will never be able to find out. That was a sign, just being just disagreeing or being defiant just for no reason, or smacking your teeth every time I
Rolling your
say
eyes.
something,
Rolling your eyes.
leaving the room
That-
when you come in, or
Body language.
just for no reason. You know you ain't doing nothing. That's a big sign with me.
This is a sign too of jealousy. People who stalk you. For me, it's similar. It's the same thing. But then too, you notice a person's aura. It's if you walk into
It
a
stinks.
room and you can smell the deceit, it's some deceit there.
The tension is thick. You can
You could cut it with a knife. It's some tension there.
It never felt like that when I walked in with her, only because I already knew, like, we didn't mess with each other. I already knew she didn't like me because I'm very observant. I pay attention to people, how they're interacting with me, because I'm a big person. Like, I respect. Like, I'm very respectable and I respect others, but I can't pay you no mind or give you any of my time and attention if I know that you don't respect me or
Right.
show me any type of value, because I would do that to you. I don't care if I don't know you, you know. So I noticed that she was kind of like going against the grain in that way
Standoffish.
when we would start talking.
Yeah, when we.
But
it's
y'all
like-
could be in a conversation and I'd just be chilling at my
Right.
phone or something, like, all right.
I noticed that she didn't include you in any of the conversations we were talking about. But then I also picked up on. I picked up on the
Child,
tension
we
between
need to
the
talk.
two of y'all. Because I noticed
She picked up on the tension between the two of
I
us.
picked up on it.
But
from the
how
get.
did you notice? Like, what did you pick up on? Because I didn't
When
say
you
nothing
said-
smart, did I?
No, when you said
The way I say
at
things.
first I was feeling it, but then when you said to me, when my back was turned to the client, and I was like, he drank his juice. He was like, "Girl, you psychic." Because after I said that, he reached out for his juice and he drank it.
Okay. Just
like,
little
what?
stuff.
Why that make you mad, sis?
I guess she get upset when people compliment people in her presence. It probably make her feel uncomfortable.
You know what it is too, I noticed? And I'm gonna say this. Most times really pretty women are really nice because they get the same type of vibe that people like me get. You know, the hate just based off of what they look like or whatever, or based off what they don't look like in my case. But there's a small percentage of really pretty women who feel like if there's any accolades to be going out, it's to go out to them. And I get that she gets a lot of attention.
The girl? Okay.
Yeah.
Because she's a very dominant personality. You know, she knows how to
too.
She knows how to demand the room.
Right.
You know, she knows how to talk. Like I said, imagine Aunt Peaches. Like what she remind me of is somebody who had a past. She remind me of like one of those preachers who used to preach like, I used to be a hoe in the back of the day, but now I'm saved. She remind me of those people. You know, like Aunt Peaches. I always know like every Aunt Peaches in like all of our families. Well, I grew up in the I lived in the Rich Island Projects. That's where we're from, but they was always strung out on crack and like on beer and stuff, you know. So they was always you know, they was just drunks and stuff. So they had their own unique personalities, and I really respect those kind of people because they are authentic and original and transparent.
But the flip side of that is that they can be very judgmental, jealous-hearted,
no self-control
whatsoever,
unfiltered
she's
vocabulary,
totally unfiltered. And that's what happened with you. She wasn't supposed to tell that. Story. That's your story to tell.
Girl,
that's your business.
Crazy thing is, even my sister, I told my sister, I showed her my pregnancy. I bought 2 of them, the digital ones, and I took one to her house and I took it over there and I showed it to her. She was the only person I showed my pregnancy test to. Tell me why my whole family know that I'm pregnant now, calling me, congratulating me and all that. But the reason, and I have no problem against my family or anybody knowing that I'm pregnant. It's just this time around, I wanted to keep it a more low key because I don't want the prayers going out, or I don't want certain things going out into the uni, you know. So I'm trying to do something different this time to get a different result versus how I did it with my son Wisdom. Everybody knows Wisdom. Everybody knew and loved, and Wisdom grew on everybody from before he was even born, because I went through that journey publicly. But this one, I don't want to do it publicly because I wanted to
do
be
Beyonce.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be on an island somewhere with my husband, you know, getting freaked somewhere, naked outside, you know, in privacy, because that's just what I want, you know. She done told everybody my secret. Like, dog, did I tell everybody you was pregnant when you was pregnant? If you didn't want me to tell nobody, I wouldn't have. But self-sabotage, overcoming self-sabotage, man. Stop telling people your business. That was a big one. Like, stop telling people your business. That's why we don't like newsy people, newsy neighbors and things like that, because it's like, dang, you don't know what we're going on. You don't know what's going on in our lives. When we behind these closed doors, you don't know what we have to do to stay sane.
Right.
To you know, it's either that or it's either me kill this motherfucker.
Right.
It's either that or strangle somebody.
Right.
It's either doing this, like
Right.
you don't know what's the last straw
or
for
that.
somebody.
This or that.
So let me let me do whatever I need to do to get this out my system, and allow God to seep into my life, because he ain't going to be with nobody that's perfect.
Right.
They don't need him.
Right.
And I'm going to be the first to say I do. I need him. Shoot. Because without him, I'm really like lost for real. Like literally. If I didn't have that spiritual connection, that personal relationship with the one that's always with me, when it's always me by myself, traveling the world and I'm by myself, that same Holy Spirit is carrying me, keeping me safe.
Right. Well, I got my own little
Beliefs.
testimony.
Let's do it.
Well, about self-sabotage. I was at this job prior to the pandemic, and Lord knows, I keep telling y'all,
You better listen to
the
this.
pandemic was the best job I ever had.
The pandemic. I made the most money in the pandemic,
I'm
during the
trying to tell
pandemic.
you.
Even now.
So who in the hell wanted to go back to that lame ass job where you was? I don't give a damn if you was an accountant, if you was a director of the finance company. Why the fuck would you want to go back when you was getting shrimp on your pay
During the pandemic.
and food stamps? Bye. Bye. Girl at the job, she used to stalk me. Now, this is a sign too of jealousy. People who stalk you.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. But it's single white woman syndrome, movie style type stalking.
Like in the bushes?
A child driving by your house. You want a daggone supermarket, you see the person. Bitch, I know you don't live up here.
No
what is you
way.
doing up at Acme? Listen.
Gang stalking.
Gang stalking.
Wow.
That's what it's called. Gaslighting and gang stalking. So, I'm at the job. She can't stand me, but you ever been around a person who don't like you, but
they
attach
attach themselves to
they
you.
attach themselves
They
to
need
you.
your energy.
Yes. So she would attach herself to me to try to get under my skin. I mean, she was a ghetto hood rat broad. I mean, ghetto, in a motorcycle club, the whole nine. All I got to do is say motorcycle club. You already know what type of people.
So she smoked cigarettes.
Cigarettes, weed, God knows what else she do. I think she was banging speedballs too, because the bitch would be on 10 when she come to work. She's that ghetto. And I was surprised because she had been at this job for over 5 years. And beware, if you're at a job, people, you go into the job and everybody in there is a hot fucking mess and they've been there more than a year, so is management. It starts at the top.
Starts at the top.
I don't want to hear that. I didn't know she was like that. I've been trying to fire her. You ain't been trying to fire somebody for 5 years, motherfucker.
Right.
Okay? So she was one of those types where they would have been allegedly trying to fire her because of her demeanor, her behavior, the way she talked to clients, customers, the whole nine. So she attached herself
I was trying to figure out what job that was.
Child, it's a
Don't
business
say it if you
job.
don't want to, though. If you don't want to,
All I'm
but
gonna
you
say is
can.
eyeglasses. If you ever want your eyes checked and you up here in the Mount Airy section, you know where you go. So I'm gonna just say it like that. Child, this is supposed to be a professional job where you're working around doctors and all kind of people that's coming in getting their eyes checked. She just hood. I said, I'm gonna get the bitch back. Now, but this was a form because I was so fed up, shy. Now, I could have played it cool.
This is where the sabotaging moment came in at.
She invited me to go to an
She's
event.
a monitoring spirit, too. Go
Right,
ahead.
a
I'll touch
monitoring
on it.
spirit. She invited me to go to an event with her in North Philly in the Johnson Home Projects.
She white?
Johnson Home Projects. It was a cookout for the motorcycle club. I said, okay, I'm going to get this bitch back right here. Watch this. She called herself setting me up with these guys. Because she always wanted to know what I was doing in my personal life. Me telling her about my dogs and the weather wasn't enough for her.
That's what she do to me. She only talk about her dogs and the weather with me, too.
But now it was more than that. Come on, stop.
Like, no, she's always
Listen. When I feel your energy and I feel that you a monitor, stalker,
Right.
jealousy type of
You
person.
reserve some things.
I reserve a lot of
You
things.
should.
And I just talk to you about the weather. I talk to you about my dog.
Small talk.
Every day, small talk. And she couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
Why are you always talking about dogs? You need to get out the house and come do something with me. Come to this party with me in Johnson Homes. I said, okay, bitch, watch this. Because by this time, I didn't care. I was already the year, and everybody in there was on my ass at the job. They was all had the same gaslighting, jealousy spirit from the owner of the motherfucking shack to
The bootlicker.
the bootlicker that's mopping the floors, okay? They all had the same spirit, and by this time I was done with it, and I didn't give a fuck. Like I always said, you gonna pay me now, you gonna pay me later. I don't give a fuck. Fire me then,
Okay.
because I'm gonna get my bread.
Period.
Boom. I get to the
Anybody could be a business owner. Learn something from this.
I get to
They could do it, so can you.
I get to the event. She called herself setting me up with some guy. just to see how I was going to act. Girl, can I tell you, I got shit-faced drunk and started dancing on the tables.
Okay. You lived your best life that day, okay?
The guy she called herself hooking me up with, we still talk to this day. We in the bathroom making out. Look. It was so funny because this is Johnson Home Projects. Anybody from Philly, if you know that the projects is projects, anything go. Okay? I don't want to hear that. We don't do that over here. This the goddamn project.
Niggas be on the roofs.
Okay.
And the hallways.
Shooting all torpedoes. Don't tell me what the fuck don't go on in the projects.
Getting killed. Everything.
Don't you know she went back to work the next day? I can't believe I took Monet with
She
me.
told everybody. Why she invite you if she just gonna sell stuff?
Because that's what she wanted. She wanted some dirt on me.
Oh my gosh, monitoring spirits.
So I gave her some dirt.
Overcoming self-sabotage.
I gave her some dirt. I embarrassed the shit out of her.
Wow.
In the projects, is that even possible?
So how did you do that? What happened?
So, management was like, I figured it, Monet, because every weekend, on Monday, when the weekend was over, I would call out. I called out for 6 months straight. I don't even know why they kept me.
Okay.
And it was like, that's why you call out every Monday, because so now everybody got something to talk about.
Okay.
Oh, that's why you do it. Oh, that's why this is that. Oh, that really just from one little event. And then the jealousy spread even more because now I'm human.
Right.
I displayed a human trait.
Right.
I displayed
outside of work.
Humanity outside of work. It wasn't like it was on work grounds.
On her private time.
On my private time.
As a single woman.
Hello.
Living her best life.
So now I'm a problem because I wonder if you're gonna act like this at company events. Motherfucker, fuck your company events.
First of all,
fuck your company events.
You be doing speed, miss.
Right.
So I'm confused.
Yo, my you know what I'm surrounded by.
He who is without sin cast the first stone.
Please.
That's what.
That cracker was choking on that glass dick all night long and then coming to work smelling like meth. If you don't get the fuck out of my face talking about...
It was seeping out her pores?
Both of them. Her and her husband. And then they come in there and act like they better than the black people that they hire.
Can't nobody say they cannot get a job because people out here is looking for you. So you nobody can say, oh, I can't find.
So that was a little story about self-sabotage because I think that I made it worse when I could have made it better by just not going. I could have told her, no, I don't want to go to no event with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, you're right about that.
But I revealed
the pettiness
a portion of myself
to someone who didn't deserve it.
To someone who didn't deserve it, even though I was being petty I did it on purpose. Because I hated them. I hated her just as much as she hated me, maybe even more, but she never even knew that. She thought I liked her.
That's crazy. That's cutthroat. That's dog eat dog world right there.
She thought I liked her because I smiled in her face and I knew her first name.
But she has the type of spirit that can allow people to, like what happened, with the job, with the boss lady and with the coworker. They both like her.
I don't know why.
Cause she could like everything is on my face. Chameleon. Exactly. You can't say something to me and expect me not to I'm internalizing things as it comes in.
And she's speaking it at the same time as she's internalizing it. She's not holding it in.
So things don't come out how people be wanting it to come out. I don't be wanting to be rude or offending people, right. But people need to toughen the fuck up.
Right.
Toughen up.
Right. Especially if you're going to be
if you don't know me.
If you're going to be in business, you got to expect
you working with people
to give you criticism about your business.
You don't know where I come from. I don't know where you come from. And I don't judge you. I mean, right. I know some of those tendencies when I see it, but
right.
I'm just calling it what I see it as.
Being judgy. Gaslighting. What did you call it? Monitoring
spirit.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what she
stalking.
was.
She's a stalker.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, they was talking about don't hire her back. We don't want her to come back. It was two people that were adamant that they hated my guts. Don't you know, speaking of what comes around goes around, these same two people who hated my guts so much and was advocating for me not to come back, went up to the job and robbed the fucking shack. I call it a shack.
Hey,
it ain't
karma.
no damn business. Robbed her blind with the help of another employee
That's
that
crazy.
they call a son.
That's crazy. That's what you
And
call.
what happened to them? They got fired. So now you riding by my house to see if I'm still, if I'm employed,
Living.
if I'm still alive, if I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm waving at you from the. Listen, she would drive by my house.
She probably missed that spirit.
And I was like, hi, why don't you stop? Come on in. Now she know that I packing heat. Come on in.
Oh my gosh,
Come
Lord.
on in. She would take off. And I call her. Why you riding by my house and you ain't coming ringing the bell and saying hi or whatever? Cause she know that I don't like her.
So I stay away from people that I don't like because I don't want to hurt nobody. Some people like to hurt people, but I don't.
Listen, you get what you ask for.
You're right about that.
You need to mind your business.
Period. That's a fact.
That's the key.
That's the key.
The key
Stay
to
in your
this whole thing
lane.
is stay in your lane.
The key
and
to
mind
happiness.
Your
You want to live a
business.
happy life?
I don't care what you hear. Somebody say in their yard, I don't give a damn what you hear. Somebody say at the job, I don't give a damn what you hear. Somebody say at the supermarket, do not repeat it.
Guess what?
Mind your business.
Hearsay cannot hold up in court
at all.
So why would it be able to? Why is it held up at work like hearsay?
Listen,
why can't you get
hearsay can get you hurt too?
It really can. If you hurt the wrong person or the right person, they will retaliate. They will.
If you repeat the wrong thing to the wrong person,
Mm-hmm.
see, you don't know who know who.
What? And yeah.
You don't know who.
Yeah.
Because you could be talking about somebody
and not be about that life.
Let me give you an example. I went into the Jamaican restaurant on Green Street.
Okay.
Years ago, and it was a Jamaican lady in there. She was an old lady. She was mean as shit. One day I didn't see her no more. I didn't see her for months, so I thought maybe she died. I don't know.
Okay.
She was dead old. So I'm in there. I start talking about the old lady to the new cashier.
And it was her mom or her daughter.
It was her daughter. It was her daughter. And when I found out it was her daughter, I politely excused myself and left the line because that bitch ain't spitting in my food.
Yo, I was at a party. This was like right after high school days. I was at a party. One of my family members threw a party. They had strippers and everything at this party. It was a lesbian, like this family member was lesbian. So it was a lot of lesbianism and like gay, homosexual activity at this party, right? But the couple, Lord, I hope they don't watch this, but because they don't know who they are. But listen, the couple looked like Alien versus the Predator. Like it was Alien and then it was the Predator. So what my friend that came with me, my best friend at the time, she was talking to her the Alien versus Predator daughter in front of her. She was like, "Yo, Nita, hey Nita," that's what she called me. My name is Shani. She's like, "Hey Nita, don't she look like Alien versus the Predator?"